Hey guys, welcome back. Hope you had a good Thursday in the market. May 27th. I want to talk about AMC, talk about GME, Rocket, and just the heavily shorted stocks that ran up today. And lots of craziness happened right at market close. My outlook on the overall market is bearish, with a few exceptions, GME being one of them. This is really the only exception, actually. Or I guess potentially any other heavily shorted stocks that will need to be covered when the market is crashing. But first, let's talk about AMC and GME and the divergence that I've been seeing. It's been going on for a bit now. I don't have the same conviction on AMC as I do GME, just based on what I've read and researched and my experience. And the fact that it's running up now and GME isn't is to me as a trader, it's, since these have been trading pretty similar, I'll go back and show you the divergences, but pretty similar. The fact that we see now AMC, up 30 something percent today, and GME has been flat the last couple days. And then if you look on the daily, AMC on this candle, it was on its way to be almost double what it was in January. And if you look on GME, it's lagging hard. So that would put GME, up here close to like 800. So if you didn't have conviction that GME will go up there and you're following both of these, now at least you should have stronger conviction that it'll go at least to there. My conviction is that it'll go higher than AMC. Percentage wise and relatively. I don't know where AMC is going to peak, but wherever that peaks, I think GME will go much past it. It might be after. It's seeming to be that way so far, but yeah, and maybe all the AMC gains that people get, they can move them to GME, and it'll just create it even more monstrous move. They look like they started to diverge, though. I think back in January, the heavily shorted ones, they were all kind of tied in, and I think GME was definitely the most shorted, and out of all the ones out of AMC, costs, Express, all the different ones that run up. But I think after January, I think the hedge funds, the market makers, all those behind all these schemes, I think they started treating GME differently because it was the real threat. And to me, it seems like that happened right about in this area. Is March 12th. So if we look on March 12th over here, we see 12th and then 15th. So 12th, 15th. See 15th and 12th on AMC, green day, big green day, and then it had that kind of ceiling up there. This is GME on the 12th, came down, 15th came way down. So something flipped then for Citadel, market makers, shorters, whoever, and GME became more the focus to keep it suppressed. So from that point on, GME's floor, kind of where it's been trending, even though the pattern is similar with these two, AMC has had a higher floor since that day. And then they had another divergence coming up here, right? So AMC is already higher, so if it goes up, it's going to be higher than it was. And then it was kind of right here, it's 21. Yeah, 21, they both kind of had that bump. Actually, AMC didn't, but they're both small price action that day. And then 24 on that Monday, AMC had a bigger bump. And then 25, they both went up pretty good. And then you have that gap till 26th. So yeah, they were trading pretty similar, really. I guess today was the main divergence. However, before this, AMC already had a higher floor. And then back here, let's see, this was another, there were a couple other times where they kind of diverged. 13. Yeah, right here, look at this. Oh, maybe not. No, it's pretty similar. But yeah, so it had a higher floor, and then really just, I guess, today's the biggest divergence we've had. Yep, and it already had that higher floor, so GME runs out 40%, and look where it puts it. It puts it way above its January highs. We have this bump up here, but now GME is being suppressed heavily. Even if we were up 30%, though, we would only be up, we wouldn't even be to our highs, much less over it. So as a trader, you can see if you're comparing stock charts and if they're similar, if you see one lagging, you buy into that one because you're predicting it's going to make the same move. Very basic and simply put, if you don't want to look at anything else. So I don't necessarily need that for confirmation, but it is interesting to see GME run, and it's kind of a little to me it's a kind of a test, and I guess just kind of a case study to see how it works. This one, the way it's running up though, I don't want to bash on the AMC. I think it's great. I think you make a lot of money with it. But it looks like it's bull flags consolidating, bull flag consolidating. I don't know the full catalyst on this, honestly. The billions and billions in short float interest that some people are claiming, I don't think it's true. I think the CEO's offered shares multiple times and totally diluted the stock. I think he's taken fat bonuses, and he's being smart. He's going to cash in on this craze of what was his dying company. And if you look back, I mean, I love going to the movies. That's like my favorite thing to do, honestly. Not to say that this as a company has been dying for years, and that's probably mostly from streaming becoming more popular. And then of course there's other movie theaters too. You have C&K, which is the biggest one. That's Cinemark. And yeah, maybe they're losing to them for some reason also. But yeah, you look back here, this is 2018, and it's been on a downward trend, heavy. And then here's COVID hitting right here. And of course, COVID hit everything. But with COVID, that also would accelerate the move from theaters to streaming, and it has. And so, to me, unless AMC is fundamentally changing something, like they're changing all their theaters into, I don't know, something that I would think, okay, that's the future, whether it's big gaming tournament centers, or I don't know, something different, because this is what they were getting with their previous history of management, as well as how it was run, as well as the product they were offering. Yeah, I mean, it was getting better, great. You get seats that lay down now, and maybe some AMCs have better popcorn in restaurants or whatever, but nothing really fundamentally. So my valuation on it is about, it's here and it's on a downward slope. So this isn't one I would invest in long term. But not to say you can't make money trading it. And so, yeah, absolutely. I made money on it back here trading it. I haven't made money on this run, but I've been enjoying watching it. The CEO, though, offering tons of shares and kind of cashing in on it. To me, I don't see this run being from really a short squeeze or anything other than kind of hype and momentum. And I could be wrong, but that's one reason why I don't think the top on AMC will be nearly the same height as GME. And yeah, so basically what we're seeing here though now with GME is we're waiting on different things to basically align for the different regulating powers to basically allow this thing to go, and for the market to work itself out and allow the shorts to cover by buying shares, allow the ones to get margin called and go bankrupt that have to do that, and basically let this thing shake out. I think we're still waiting on that, and it might not be till annual shareholder meeting June, but I don't know on dates. I'm better with charts, and I read Reddit, and it's crazy the stuff that's going on and all the DD that's happening and what I'm learning and what I'm not able to learn. But what I can see are on our charts and the volume that we were getting on these big green days. This was for the failed to deliver, I think. I think that DD is right on the 25 or 21 day failed to deliver. And I think the light volume though, I mean, it's better than here, and it's pretty good volume, but to me, it's not the beginning of a short squeeze. It could become one, and I've said this in my videos yesterday, the day before. It could become one, but to me it still looks pretty controlled, to where the powers that be that have been controlling the price from here and here and here, and that dropped it here and did all this, the puppet master, this is still controlled in their plan. I don't know where they're going to keep the range, but with this light of volume, I don't think it's come out of their control yet to where shorts are having to scramble for shares to cover, because I don't think there's any shares available, for one. So you're going to see when they have to buy an actual real share, and that's after they've already bought 500% or more of the fake shares, which is going to make the price run up without even any real shares being covered at that point. So yeah, on the chart here on the hourly, it was looking like a double top, and the lack of volume and just the consolidation, I switched to some call credit spreads. I was expecting a drop tomorrow, and it still might, but it's hard to know, because right at the end there, I was actually making the video and this started coming out, this price action, this volume, and I was like, oh my goodness. So I FOMO'd in too quick, picked up some long positions. It was so quick. You gotta act slow when the market's acting fast, and act fast when the market's acting slow. And if you think about that and truly do it, that pretty much will keep you from FOMOing, and just have patience, because you see this running up, moving really quick, lots of volume, it's very exciting, and you quick buy something way overpriced for a premium, and then it's just going to settle down. Not to say this always happens, sometimes it keeps running, but it's going to slow down and consolidate at some point, and then it might keep going, or then it might tank. But it's during the slow consolidation, really back here where it's just slow and consolidating, that's when you want to buy. And when it's doing all this crazy exciting stuff, is when you want to sell. And it's GME gets me. It gets me a lot. But yeah, it's good practice. Anyways, this little move at the end of the day, this maybe, the MACD is crossed over to the bullish side here on the hourly. We've got tiny little green bars on the histogram. This did break out from that resistance, so this is looking bullish for tomorrow. I don't think it's going to start squeezing like a short squeeze tomorrow, but well, it could though. It could, because if we're lagging just a little bit behind AMC, we could see this 35% or more price action tomorrow. It's either that thesis that's going to play out, or waiting for shareholder meeting, SEC, DTCC for regulations to be put in place, whatever. But yeah. And then one thing I wanted to mention about yesterday, so I was trying to figure this out, because we had this huge bump in volume, and I don't think I put it on yesterday's video, but we had this huge bump in volume in the first minute. It was insane. So we had the after hours run, NFT news. So we had that day, and then it ran up and it kind of consolidated. And then after hours NFT is great. And then right here, look at this 5-minute candle. There's 3.4 million volume, and it's pretty much broken down into just a couple minutes. And I was like, this is not natural. This is not normal. And that was my first thought on it. And it's still kind of true, but I think actually technically what was happening was maybe one of the smaller hedge funds got margin called a couple days earlier on, and you can see when on this run up on this one right here, because I think they have 2 to 5 days. One of these little bumps that day, no. Yeah, one of these days it's possible they got margin called. They were trying to, basically cover it, and they couldn't. And this was maybe the clearinghouse that came in and just closed their position on GME and just gave it all that volume. I don't know. That's kind of the only thing that made sense to me. We had a huge volume there, and then just stayed flat and just no more volume. So, yeah, that's kind of the idea for that back there. And this run up here looks good. It's kind of a little bull flag pendant thing going on. If this stretches out in the next week, I don't know if it's going to keep going. Their shares borrowed they haven't changed, so this hasn't changed either, which also makes me think this isn't the beginning of the short squeeze, or maybe even a gamma squeeze. It could maybe potentially lead to a gamma squeeze, but they did add all those options if you guys were paying attention. And I guess that wouldn't matter actually. That still could allow a gamma squeeze just the same. See, they added all these options, these 420 to 490. Actually, no, it was down. Oh, they added even more? They added more, I think, today. Yeah, that's why there's no change on these. When did they add these? They just added these. Oh, that's crazy. You can tell me in the comments or on our Discord if I don't think that would affect a gamma squeeze happening, because they don't all have to be in the money. It's just the ones that are in the money, then they have to delta hedge. So, but yeah, they just added these because before it was up to, I think, 360, and then they added these 370, 380, 390, 400, 4. Yeah, these are the top two. So they just added more. Wow. I mean, that's pretty bullish. That's crazy though. 490 for tomorrow. I mean, that would be about what AMC did today. Maybe not quite that much, but yeah, they just added those. So anyways, with that, I don't think that's going to affect a gamma squeeze. But that is showing you something that the market maker on the options is thinking there's going to be a big move. And yeah, AMC, I don't know. That might have been the top right there. Yeah, it'd be crazy if it went one by one. Rocket did that move today. I had calls on it. We had calls from before. Rocket's such a pump and dumper though. It's super annoying. I had calls actually on here that I forgot about on Rocket. These expire next Friday. These were 20 calls, $20 calls. I sold half of them. They were up like 600%. I sold half. I got scared. I was like, Rocket. I didn't sell them at 600. I sold them at like 400%. Then we've got these higher or more out of the money ones expiring 22 days end of the month or next month, I guess. We'll see. I mean, Rocket, it can have crazy price action. I think it's heavily shorted like it did back here, and I decided just to diamond hand it through this entire move and not really make any money. Not gonna do that this time. I will do the options. I've got Rocket in the long term, so we've got 140 shares at an awesomely high price because I believe in it so much. But we'll see if this keeps going on the hourly. It looks good. There wasn't any news on this run. I think it's something with shorts covering margin calls, hedge funds. Your guess is as good as mine. This move is crazy though. It's good it held VWAP into close. We did a lot on here. Let me just quick cruise through. So yeah, I forgot actually I had those Rocket calls on E-Trade, so I got some on here. Yeah, I got them. Again, I wasn't patient. So annoying. So annoying. I don't have patience. Anyways, got those on here. 24 calls for next Friday. So if this thing doesn't squeeze, okay, not a whole lot. These GME, these are debit spreads. I can't even tell how much I spent on these. I ran out of buying power on my E-Trade. I think because the margin requirements on GME is insane. Because I had like 15 grand in buying power and it somehow went down to 0, and I didn't spend 15,000 worth. Anyways, yeah, I sold some of the Rocket. I closed out of some. I closed out of the put credit spread on GME because I thought GME was probably going to go down today and tomorrow. But that was pretty much max profit, which was like 1,500 on it, so that was nice. That helps pay for this gambling on GME calls. And then we opened up debit spreads for Friday, I think. What did I open up? Okay, I got SQQ calls and more SPY puts. Sold the close. I sold calls? No. Oh, did it sell those? I guess it sold those. The VIX, I had VIX calls. The problem is VIX did a reverse split. Oh, it did. Interesting. It did a reverse split, so the strike prices were all messed up. SQQ calls. This maybe isn't the play. It's maybe better to just do SPY puts. But this is a inverse ETF of it's the overall market or NASDAQ or SPY or something. But it's leveraged 3 times, so you really have to see a serious move for this to work. but kind of expecting a serious move, I guess. Coin puts, right? Mara puts. Everything kind of bounced more today, so we're waiting on those. Stuff that expires tomorrow. We've got, I guess, this coin one, unfortunately. GME tomorrow. SPY put tomorrow also. I think the SPY will probably be pretty red tomorrow. I think we're going to see a correction. Pretty good correction in the next few weeks, and starting with tomorrow, and then bounces. And look at the SPY. We had back here. We had a great run up. Got this doji on both sides with real small body. That's kind of a sign of a reversal. And we saw the little reversal here. Look at the RSI there, though. It's 74. Come up here, hit another high, and the RSI is lower. So a divergence in the RSI from here to here is a sign of reversal also, as well as the MACD had crossed over at that point. And then this day we had a big red candle, which is an engulfing candle, which is also bearish. So we made money on this drop, and then it's just flipped the whole market to bearish. I think this was the top. Now we've had this bounce. We actually made money on that bounce. I've lost some money in here too, though. Not expecting such a big run up here. We lost on some of this, but now we're hitting this this top right here, which we haven't been able to break. MACD, it got just up to where it's trying to cross over. I guess maybe a sliver crossed over, but I think it's hit kind of a little double top here, and it's going to continue to come down. I don't think we're going to see up here. Could be wrong though. Biden is printing more money or more stimulus. I don't know. So many trillions of dollars and stuff. So that could prop things up even longer. AMC is down 3% after hours. Cost is up 5%. Yeah, that's a cost is one of the ones. So we'll see. Thanks for watching, guys. Sub up, like up, comment down. Happy money sticks around. GME plays with my emotions like a clown. We will see you tomorrow. Follow us on Discord, or rather follow us on Twitter at HappyMoneyYT, and you can jump on our Discord. Come tell me stuff that I don't know. Okay, thanks for watching, guys. Peace out.